So I'm sitting in English class, and we're not really doing anything because we have a substitute teacher. And everyone knows nothing gets done when you have a substitute teacher. So I am looking through my bag, looking for something interesting, looking for something fun, when miraculously 2 naked Barbies appear. This doesn't normally happen to me. I mean, like, weird things do, but I don't really find 2 naked Barbies in my backpack very often. So I pull them out, and I set them on the desk. And my teacher's like, Maddie, what are you doing with those Barbies? And, well, normally when a teacher asks you what you're doing, you're not playing with naked Barbies on a desk. So I didn't really answer the question. I tapped my friend Katie on the shoulder instead, and I was like, hey, Katie, got you a present. She's like, oh, really? That's so exciting, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, a really cool present. And I handed her my 2 naked Barbies. And she's like, oh, cool present. 2 naked Barbies, awesome. This summer I was doing some running because I was trying to get in shape for ballet. And me and my mom were running through the park, 5 miles, and I was running really slow. I got a blister on my foot, I was dying. It was not okay, not fun. But I still wanted to do it. My mom's like, come on, you gotta finish. Of course, she's like older than me and is trucking through the whole thing like no problem, and I'm behind a lot. And we're running. And I'm running really slow. And she's like, Maddie, come on, you're Mexican. You should be able to do this. I said, Mom, man, oh man, we're 2 different kinds of Mexicans. You're the kind that can run. I'm the kind that can jump over fences and eat beans all day. And she laughed. And she's like, ah, ha, ha, you're funny. And I was like, cool. It was great. It was so great. And so I've been running. Not lately at all, actually. Actually, I haven't been running. That was a lie. Big fat lie. In my English class, there is this kid from Texas. New this year. I'm so enthusiastic about it. I love new kids. They're so interesting. Well, not really. But you can make up stories and pretend they're interesting. So we have this kid from Texas. And he has an accent. A little one. Not a huge, hey, I'm from Texas. No, it's a little accent. But he mumbles, so it's really hard to understand what he's saying. Like, everything he says sounds like blah, 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 blah. Like, it's super hard, because he's mumbling all the time. And I let him borrow my homework, because he was absent and he needed to copy it. But it was like in-class stuff, so I asked my teacher, and he said, yeah, sure, whatever, you can have it. And he said he'd give me my homework back the next class. But he never came up to me and gave it to me. So I'm sitting across the class from him with my friend Katie. And we don't really know Texas's real name, so we just call him Tex. But he doesn't know this. He doesn't know this yet, no. And me and Katie are sitting across the room, and I was like, hey, what's Tex's real name? She's like, I don't know. I was like, so I look across the room, and it sits directly in front, like, directly across from me, and I'm like, hey, Tex. He doesn't answer. I'm like, Tex. Still doesn't answer. I guess that's not his real name. That's probably not what's on his birth certificate, but it was worth a shot. So I just walked over to him, and I'm like, hey, Tex. And he's like, can I have my paper? He's like, yeah, sure, thanks. And I was like, oh, okay, you're welcome. Then I went back to Katie, and we talked about this Jesus class that we had, which was ridiculous. We had to write this 2-page paper. Mine was only a page and a half, but it was amazing amazing content. And I read it out loud to the class, and my teacher was surprised that those amazing words could come out of my mouth because, I don't know, she was just surprised. She loved it. She's like, oh, Maddie, that's so awesome. That's so interesting. You know what you're talking about really well. And it was kind of a reflection thing, so it's opinionated, which apparently I'm really good at. But there was this other kid, too, who's always trying to one-up me. just a little higher. Always trying to one-up me. All the time. And he just had to read his paper out loud. Raise his hand, teacher called on him, read his paper. His paper was 5 pages long. Terrible content. Everyone in the class was like, okay, is he going to stop reading now? Like, is this going to be over anytime soon? Nope. It was just the same paragraph over and over and over again. Basically copied and pasted. Yeah, basically copied and pasted. And of course, she loved his better. She's like, oh, that was so wonderful. It's so touching to the heart. I wish I could write like that. I was like, oh, yeah, forget about my paper. You would. Cool. Yeah, I love Jesus class. It's my favorite class. It's just my favorite class.